Hi, I'm Mariana. If you're a reluctant artist, then this Shaggy Inkcap mushroom watercolor tutorial is for you. Today, we'll be using three simple colors, a yellow, red, and blue. I'm using New Gamboge, quinacridone rose, and French ultramarine, but you can use any warm yellow, cool red, or warm blue that you like. As for watercolor brushes, we are going to use round brushes. It means they have a pointy tip, and I have a number 10 and a number 3. I'll put a link in the description of different brushes and paints and paper that you can use as a suggestion. For watercolor paper, we are going to be using 100% cotton watercolor paper. 100% cotton makes a huge difference on how your painting will turn out. This is a watercolor block that is 5 by 7 and it is glued on all three sides so it prevents wrinkling while we're painting. Now we're going to get started mixing. So we're going to start first with a light purple and we're going to prep all of our paint ahead of time. That way, if we want to do any wet on wet techniques with this, the paint will already be mixed and ready. So I mixed the blue and the red to make a blue leaning purple, and then to make it a little bit more muted, I will take a dot of the yellow and just put it in. Not too much though, because it'll start to gray it out, because purple and yellow are opposite on the color wheel, and so when you put them together they cancel each other out, and that's how you can make grays. But we want this to still be purple, so I will mix this until it looks like a good light purple. And now I want a darker version of this purple, a little bit more depth to it. So I'll take some more blue, and we are going to mix the blue and the quinacridone rose together again, but you see there's more pigment here, so it's a lot darker. And we'll do the same thing. We'll add a tiny dot of yellow just to make it a little bit more neutral leaning, because we want it to be a muted, not a bright color. Next, I will take some of the New Gamboge, the yellow, and we will make a coral color with the red. We're going to try to make a very light, creamy brown color with this. So I just mix it until it looks coral, and then I will add a dot of blue. I can mix colors all day. I think it's so interesting, all the different hues you can get when you just have three colors. So see how it's starting to look more brown? Just mix it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to clean my brush off and start with the light purple, and we will begin making the bell shape. So I'm keeping it fairly light because we're going to be doing some wet on wet coloring, and that'll add in some more character to the mushroom itself. So I've got a little bit more of the purple. And now I'm just making little lines coming into it. I just want it to look like the pieces of the mushroom that are flaking off. And now I am just getting my brush prepared with the darker purple, and we're going to start at the bottom, and we're just going to flick it up, and it's going to naturally blend because the light purple is still wet, and this just gives the depth to the bottom of the mushroom. A little bit of character. You want it to have lines, and it doesn't matter where they're placed. Nature is versatile. It creates different little looks to it. So now I'm going back in with when my brush cleaned off, and I just am flicking it up. Now after I cleaned off my brush, I'm picking up some of the brown that we made, and we're just going to put it on the ends of the mushroom flakes that we made. And we're going to put some on the mushroom itself to kind of make it have this look like the little mushroom flakes are around the entire mushroom, not just on the sides. Just dabbing it up and helping it kind of blend in a little bit better. Just want it to be a subtle look to it. This is such a sweet and quick and easy tutorial, and if you feel like you're not sure what you're doing, it's okay. I'm just making it up as I go anyway. This is the first time I'm painting this mushroom. Add a little bit more of the dark purple to the bottom. Add a little bit more character. Just dabbing it on. There's not really a plan here. Sometimes it's just fun. You just see the shape and you mimic it in a way that feels right. Now I'm taking the light colored purple again, and we are going to make a stem. And see with the light purple, you can see how the dark line kind of separates it, so you can tell the difference between the cap of the mushroom and the stem, but it's still cohesive. Just blending out the flakes a little bit better. Now we are going to mix a green because I want to make a very, I don't know, soft, ethereal green color at the bottom. So this green is going to lean more towards the blue, but you can make it whatever color green you feel works best. And I'll mix the yellow and the blue together. And now I'm just going to dab it. This is a stippling technique where you just hit the paper with your brush. It kind of gives a little bit more texture as you are painting. It's pretty fun to do. I could just stipple all day. I got some more paint, and depending on how much water you have, sometimes the blue and the green part might separate, so it might look more blue, it might look more green, but it's still the paint that we just mixed. I think it looks pretty cool. It's an interesting technique. We have a bunch of different mushrooms in our forest behind our house, and it's so cool seeing all the different colors and identifying them with our little app. Most of them are not for eating, and I probably wouldn't eat them in the wild anyway, just because I don't want to risk misidentifying one. But they're so beautiful to look at. I usually will take pictures of them. Have you ever seen a Shaggy Inkcap mushroom? I'd love to hear or see some pictures. I'd love to hear if you've come across this mushroom. So now I'm going to take the purple, and we're just going to hand write Shaggy Inkcap. You can write it in print, you can write it in cursive, however you like. I'm just doing my own little script here. I just want watercolor to be fun for you. I love making messy art. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just something you can do to relax and calm your mind. And I think this turned out really cute. Thank you for sitting and doing this watercolor tutorial with me. I'd love to see your art. I hope this watercolor tutorial gave you a moment of peace and helped you relax while making art with no pressure and no expectations. I think they turned out really great, and if you think someone else would love to make this too, share it with them. See you next time.